Okay, I thought you might like to see how we have to measure for trim. Because this gets a piece of trim across here. Underneath the roof overhangs is a 45-inch angle. So I had to take this piece that's supposed to go here, and it will go here, and I believe it will go under here. I had to cut two ends at 45 degrees. But first of all, I had to measure it so I could try and figure out how to get it in there so it would fit, and it did. So then I cut the 45-degree angle, and I drew a line across here. So it would be, so I would know where not to paint it. Paint this part. And I put a piece of tape on here to hold it. Now this trim, I took and I measured from here, the bottom of that trim, to the bottom of the wall. And it came out to be 16 and 11/16 inches long. So the trim that goes there is this one. So I measured 16 and 11/16 inches long, and I put a measure there, mark there, and I wrote in it front 2 because I have front 2 here. So to make sure I'm correct, I'm going to remeasure, because you measure twice, cut once. So I measured it again, making sure it's not stuck in any glue, and it's 11/16. So I'll measure this again to make sure it is 16 and 11/16, and it is. So this one is measured and marked, measured and marked. So now we want to go to this corner, and we want to measure it, and it should be 16 and 11/16, and it is. So where this one gets a different kind of trim, it gets this universal trim. Can you see it? So we're going to measure 16 and 11/16 of an inch on this one. Well, this is not being very cooperative. Okay, and we're going to mark that one as front 3. Front 3, 16 and 11/16. So now we're going to have to go with the inside up here, and because there is no trim to go here because the shingles fall down, we can go right up to the roof and right down to the other trim, and it's about 8 3/4. So we need to go down to 8 3/4, but we don't have 8 3/4 because the mark for this one is way down here. So we only have this much left. So we can't put that there, but we can probably go with it in this back corner, and it's 5 1/4 inches. And we'll go down here to this other end and mark 5 1/4 inches. And we're going to call this one, I'll write the 5 1/4 inch. We'll call this one quarter 1, and I'll write corner 1 in here so I know which piece goes where after I get them all cut and painted. And we have to finish this process all the way around the house. I have to cut another one of these to go up here for that. And then we'll just keep working around the house, cutting this trim before I paint it. I should have, I neglected to tell you that this here trim back here will go on the wall this way. It won't go this way. It will go this way. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, it'll go that way, not that way. So that means that from this point in here to that point right there is 5 1/4 inches. But we also have to So that will be the shortest point because we need to get the angled slope for the roof annex on here. So this will get, I believe it's a 45-degree angle. I will have to make a mark on it so I will know to go cut 45-degree angle. So I did that. Can you see that? Okay, this was our cutting mark. So I wrote cut 45-degree angle from that point. So that should give us something that will fit right on the top of this roof. This one, I don't need to do that because there is enough room, I think, that I can. Nope, I'm going to have to do that there too. Okay, so when I get this one measured, or get the wood for it to get measured, I will have to mark it at its longest point and cut up to its shorter point because of the angle of the roof. And I'll have to go longer here because it's simply easier for me to get at the first point, which is the longer one. Whereas in here, it's easier for me to get at the back corner point and work towards the front of me. I hope you're not too confused, and I hope that clarified things a little bit. So I'm going to get back to measuring and remeasuring to recheck my measurements before I do any cutting on our trim. Just an update on where we're at. This is some of the trim and the front steps that are painted. The chimney is being started back here, and there's the rest of the chimney laying in pieces there. This is the railing for the top balcony, painted. These are more trim pieces painted. Upon careful figurations, the chimney for this fireplace is going to come up here, and it'll hit the end of the roof, and then the top will start here and go up here. So this piece of trim is not going to be affected in any way. I need to get this and this painted, this and this painted, this and here painted, up in here painted, up in here, here, and here. Back in there. That needs to be painted yet. Otherwise, I believe that will be it for the exterior besides shingles. We got to put the rock on the chimney yet. Oh, and then we have to make these vents. And the vents will go up here. What we need to do now is to glue. We're going to work on our vents. We need to glue this from the back, so it's equal around everything. So we're going to go ahead and put some glue on here. And we'll put this so it's equal distance all the way around. That looks pretty equal. We'll go ahead and clamp this. All right, now it wants us to, okay, we glued it, glue in the 7 pieces of universal trim starting at the top and overlapping each piece slightly with the piece above. So we want to do this. Starting at the top, we overlap. So it will look like that. And then the next one is overlapped like that. I think that's the piece for the other window. A little bit too much glue on the ends here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and work on that. I'm going to end this video here because we are getting into the next process and we're getting very close to being done with the railing. It makes me very happy. You guys have a great afternoon and thank you for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye.